I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with a 3-minute cattle market update for Wednesday, November the 11th, and here we go again. Are we in for another big, huge wreck or not? But it's looking that way. The board opened up this week just as hard down as it could be, and there really was nothing leading up to it. Nothing happened towards the end of the week last week to let us know this was going to happen. We'd had some big losses middle of last week, but towards the end of the week it kind of settled out there, but opened up Monday, both live and feeder cattle down the limit. Of course, live cattle is down $3, feeder cattle down $4.50. Then on Tuesday, feeder cattle for November were down $5.57. Just a huge loss, a $10 loss there in just 2 days, settling for the November contract on Tuesday at $171.55. That's just a lot lower than what we've seen here the last several weeks. Live cattle for December on Tuesday was down $3.60. Could have been down more, but still awfully sharp. Ended up closing on Tuesday at $128.32, which is about where cattle are probably going to trade, or something lower than that. Corn was down too, and not all the commodity markets, but corn was down too on Monday and Tuesday, down about 14 cents for the week so far. Been jostling around there at $3.75 or $3.80 ever since harvest began, but now down to $3.59 on that December contract. But it's just that everyone wants to be short. We know long term that this thing's going down. Everyone wants to be short. The only time we get any support in the market is late in the spot contract month there, where people are buying back so they can roll over and short some more. But I don't know if it is, but it just seems like it's a coincidence between this extreme volatility and the loss of the pit trade. We have no feel for the market anymore in Chicago. It used to be a few guys floating around that pit that would get calls in and execute them in that pit, but now it's all done on the computers, and we're subject to that high frequency trading. If you've ever learned about that, they can track the calls coming in and the orders coming in to tell whether they're going to buy or sell, and if they're long or short, and then they can do it just a split second ahead of that and take advantage of whichever way it rolls. That's why every time it rolls about twice as far as it probably should every time it goes down, and just as much on the upside when it was going up so hard there. But no trade in the fat cattle market so far this week. Really had a few sales, 128, and a few sales at $2 dress. Oklahoma City had 10,800 on Monday. Light test of yearling feeders, $4 to $6 lower, but the calves were $5 to $15 lower. Call some of them as much as 20 lower. And the thing is we're now pretty late for the general turnout on wheat. Most of your leased wheat you like to get turned out at November the 15th, and it's just too late for that now. So we've lost that demand there. Joplin had 6,000 head. They call the yearlings $10 lower. Calves $10 to $15 lower. Look at Cattle Market Central there. Joplin had 4 loads and one drag there, 808 pounds. Now these were mixed up cattle, put together, colored up kind of cattle, but still a commodity kind of cattle, and the kind of cattle that we used to settle the board with. Weighed 808 at 170. And that's just a lot lower than what we've seen for a while. Your calves on Cattle Market Central, you look at Phillips, South Dakota, it's the 4th week in a row they've had close to 10,000 head of cattle at their weekly auction. And if you look at that Cattle Market Central market report, you see that those calves and the popular weights there are $15 to $35 lower than just last week. You talk about a ton. Mostly 20 to 25 in that 5-weight column. Your 5-weight steer is just averaging 201. That's 3 minutes. We'll talk to you on Friday.